This one looks appetizing.
When I tell you to die, I mean it!
Tactical scan complete.
Hey everybody, bringing you the December update for the holidays. This was a very juicy update. We had a lot of fixes and a couple of new features that I was able to squeeze in. So I wanted to take the time to kind of just explain those, what was new and what was fixed. I have the patch notes up on the Discord, so I'm kind of going to read through these because I don't want this video to drag on and on. So let's I guess we'll start it with the new big features. Those would be skills can now be untrained. So hooray! You can now untrain your skills, and that will no longer bug your client out, crash your client, all that's good. As you can see here, this is a bug fix, but vulnerability's back in and it does work, and you'll get the right bonus damage, so hooray for that. That's in place now. Alongside with skills, we have hero perks and attributes that are now working. So the hero perks are the things like, let me go ahead and show you. I actually have a level 51 hero mage here. So these are your attributes. These work and they all count for you. This is the perks. So only some of these are working. The Prospector works, the Mining Master works, the Scholar Craft should work, things like Treasure Hunter, Transmutation, and then there are some other like combat related ones. These are actually quasi-working. Okay, well that's not the right word. I can capture the information here that you have for your character, but it's not going to work at the moment. And the reason why is because we don't have any way to differentiate between martial enemies or nature enemies or decay enemies. And then there's some that like make it more so that you have better mastery at night and some better mastery in dungeons versus outdoors. Outdoors versus dungeons is easy enough to add a bonus to because we already check that. However, things like daytime, night, and whatnot, we don't actually have a weather system, a day-night cycle on the server. So the client emulates that, but we don't actually track that. So something that won't work if you talent into it right now as a hero. So those are the skills and kind of the hero things. The hero quest also isn't in place yet, so you won't be able to... Oh, look at that! A Jet Mira. Queen of Skulls. Let me see something. I want to see if an error came up. Because I did put a little protection. No, this one didn't cause an error. Okay. This trump card might actually work. Affect Trump Skulls. I think we can use it. What does it do? Damage bonus, I think maybe? Lesser Trump. Gaze. Magical power surrounds you. No. I don't know. See what happens. Yeah, as you... Yep, there it is. Looks like, yeah, increases your combat damage. That's cool. I decided to do this video on Nor since I haven't really shown Nor in any of my other videos. We do have some monsters on Nor. It's not fully populated, but you can run around and find some bad guys to fight. Now, with the hero system sort of coming online and working on the hero skills and stuff like that, you won't gain mastery after level 50 anymore for free. So you'll start having to use that hero mastery that does work. So let me keep going with what we got. The other big feature that people really wanted us to sort of get working was the stacking of items. So items can now stack. I don't have any items on me to showcase that, but they do stack. So, well, items that should stack, and then you can unstack them, you can merge them, you can drop them, all that good stuff. So that stuff is working. And let's see, I'm looking off two screens here. Like I said, I'm reading these notes too. So if I run into a wall, that's why. So let's see. I'm trying to kind of cross out the new features here, and then I can talk about some of the bug fixes. Let's see, what do we got for new features? Oh, for quest items that drop in like treasure catches or off monsters, I added a little feature for our designers to be able to specify whether they want that quest item to drop if you don't have the quest. So, for example, they can specify that this quest item should only drop if the player has the quest and they're on the right step of the quest. So that's a little bit of control that they can now have for the loot system. It works for treasure chests and monster drops. And then I also made it so that they can decide whether an item, like a quest item, should drop if you already have a quest item. So, for example, the Moonstone Activation Crystal, which comes out of the treasure cache in the Warder Hideout, if you already have it on you because you looted it, if you reopen the treasure cache, it's not going to respawn it again. So that's a little kind of cool design feature. The other big requested feature, I talked about some of the new skill systems. I can't remember if I mentioned this at the start of the video, so forgive me if I'm repeating myself. But for skills, again, I'm kind of doubling back. You can untrain your skills now. That was a big kind of request from the community as well. If I mentioned that, I apologize. I'm having a little bit of a brain fart here. I swear I'm not having a stroke. I'm just a little demented is all. There's some other banal sort of things like the starter Empyrean message and for the drudge and stuff is there. So like when a character creates a drudge, it says like, you're a drudge. Drudges do whatever drudges want to do kind of thing. You get this little custom message. So that works now. Combat, reflect damage now works properly, and it will actually show in the message log if damage is reflected. So all this like orange text here, that's a new thing. For the loot system, I went ahead also and made it so that 10 luck is 1% bonus to both magical effect finding and to absorbing damage. So the way luck works, and I'm pretty certain this is how it worked during the game, but I know there's a lot of debate about this, but I'm fairly confident this is correct because I can look at the DATs and things like that. If there's a Turbine dev watching this and you want to correct me, go for it. I'm happy to hear otherwise from the insiders. But what I understand of it is it affected your ability to get magical loot, and then it also made it so that there was a chance that when you took damage, that damage was reduced to 0. So you could get hit by something and boom. So a bounty hunter at level 50 with one of their skills, I can't remember which skill it is. Actually, I could probably look it up in the tree here, the melee tree for bounty hunter. There's a skill in here that gives you luck, lucky charm. So at level 50, you get 60 luck. So what this does is if you have 60 luck on the emulator, you get 6% chance to reduce damage to 0 for an attack. And you also have 6% increased chance to find items. Now, at present, it doesn't affect the quality of those items, but that is something that we, at least I think we should do, and we just need to create that little system. We don't have it yet. So that's kind of that. And let me see. Oh, mining and butchering. So mining now has a 5% base chance to critical strike. So you'll get 50% more materials when you mine with that swing if you crit. And butchering as well has a 50%, no, not a 50%, guys, a 5% chance to crit as well. Now, obviously you can talent into or perk into some mining buffs to increase that to a total of 15% once you have both hero perks. So that's kind of cool. So 15% of your swings. And I want to show you guys another place here since I couldn't find anything else, but you got all these old toy guy here. I'm gonna get my butt kicked if I didn't have God mode on. So let's see what if these guys drop any loot. You know, the people who do the loot, you know, populate the loot data versus the people that, oh yeah, we do have loot on it. That's pretty cool. Let's see what they're dropping. Level 88. Holy shit. Who wants some level 88 gear, boys and girls? Got a sunstone. I'm gonna coin that. So, okay, and there were tons of little minor bug fixes. I'm not going to bore you with all those. If you want to see them, they're up on the Discord in the patch notes. I just really wanted to get this out for December, and so the holidays are here, and I think the emulators, every update is bringing it into a better and better state. And so, you know, we got a ways to go, but we're making good progress, and I think that you guys would want to kind of be in the loop on what's going on and some of the new changes and things like that. So future things to come. Again, I keep saying I'm going to go back to the dungeon and the pathing and all that, and that's still on the radar. There's so many little things I want to do. Things like get lodestones to drop from mining, and you know, I want to make sure that like you can when you there's the brood matron. She's level 92. Oh yeah, she's gonna come destroy me. Little things like crafting. When she fell into the floor there. She's underwater. Oh, they're in the river. Let's see if I can get them out. Yeah. So this is another one of the things with our height map detection system. That little glitch you saw there. The reason that's happening is because this right here that I'm standing on, the client actually is calculating that I'm standing on a physics object, but the server right now only detects the geometry of the world. And what that means is it's all this land geometry. So you noticed how over the bridge down there's the river kind of. So the server was thinking, oh, the floor is down there, because the server doesn't know to detect these physics collisions. Now this object I'm standing on, it can't do that. So we still have a ways to go with our, yeah, see there's, yeah, you see how they're kind of doing that, and now the queen's down there, and now she's back. And the client obviously doesn't know how to render that, so it'll show the queen like frozen as she's sliding up a, you know, is this a queen? I keep calling her, what is this? A brood matron, sorry, not a queen. There is a queen, but this is not her. I think the queen is like level 100 or something. Let's kill her, and let's kill the brood matron, and demoralize all these old toy as their matron mother dies. All right, who wants the level 94 accelerated vengeful axe? Or how about this precise double fork? What happened? I think I moved too far away from her body, and the window closed. Oh, we got some armor here. We got some legs. 149. Who wants that? All right. Anyways, guys, I've been rambling a little bit. So yeah, hope you're all excited again, and I'm happy to bring this video to you. We appreciate your guys' support. You know, thank you for supporting us, and hope you continue to support us. Spread the word. Tell your friends. It'll probably be 5 years before we're back to live service level, but it's better than 2 years ago or 3 years ago. When I started on this project, there was literally just a run around emulator. That's it. There was nothing else. You could just travel an empty world, create a character, come in, travel an empty world. So now we've got all this. So yeah, all right, guys. Happy holidays. Hope you have whatever you celebrate, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.